Okay, so this will be a micro training on just kind of how I approach pre-approvals. We got Daniel. Okay, so he's set up in the system. The first and foremost has a loan I think you said the loan application was taken through the Home Now app. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. Once we get a loan application, the first thing that I want you to do, whether it's a purchase or a refinance, is you're going to come in here. Let's take a look at Daniel. Okay, perfect. So we'll log in. So we have a loan application. We're going to click this button right here when we get a loan application. Was this referred by a realtor or referred by anybody that we need to keep updated?
It was a client referral.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to hit that button. Now that borrower gets an update, and then it lets them know, hey, we've received the loan application and we're reviewing it. All right. Now log in here. It doesn't look like we have any documents yet. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So if we don't have documents, the way I define it is a pre-qualification is a verbal, meaning we've completed a 1003, we have a complete 1003, we run AUS, and we have an AUS approval. That's a pre-qual. A pre-approval is we have the actual documentation to verify income and asset. Okay.
Right.
So in this one, let's go here, bar origination. See, this is the reason I do not like the Home Now app. Is like all these things are missing. Do you happen to know if he's married?
Yes, they're married.
Okay, so we can change that. That's good.
Yeah, I meant to update that.
Get a phone number. Yeah, so you'll come in here. Oh, oof, 606.
Yeah,
So
that's the issue.
what jumps out to me is we either need to go FHA or we need to do the loan not in her name, just in Daniel's name.
We can't with the income, with the debt income ratio.
Gotcha.
That I
Okay.
know of. I mean, I might be wrong on that. But.
All right, and then this loan is in Arizona, right?
Right.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I put TBD for the address, put in an Arizona zip code. Okay, we'll update that once we have an actual property. And then put an appraised value, but do not put an estimated value, okay? So we're going to put 249, 900. Okay, that'll allow us to run a US, but do not put an estimated value, otherwise it triggers disclosures. Okay. Also, do not put in a close date yet unless we have a contract. So this is just a pre-approval, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, no contracts or anything yet.
Okay. Then let's put in a placeholder. If they're under 620, the credit score is not going to be great. Let's go a little bit higher just to be safe. We enter in that stuff. Okay. Go to page 1. Got to make sure we enter in number of units. So that's important. Make sure you tap that in. Otherwise, you won't be able to run AUS or price or do anything on the loan. To be decided in escrow, we definitely don't want to do that. Let's do community property. So.
Wait, why don't you want to do to be decided in escrow?
That just don't do that. Like that, if they're married, we do community property. If it's a man or a woman, we do single man, single woman. Potentially, you could do joint tenants, but that'll create some confusion. I've never done to be decided in escrow, so I just know that I wouldn't put that there. We can go to closing, give more clarity, but I always just put community property if they're married, single man, single woman, or joint tenants if they're not married. Then we need to make sure do you happen to know where the money for the down payment's coming from? Is it checking or savings or another place?
Yeah, so they have some money in their checking and savings, but if we, have to go FHA and they have to put 10% down, then they may need to use funds from the sale of their current home.
Okay, it'll be equity on pending sale. Okay.
Right.
And school, I'll usually put 12 or 16 just to get a placeholder in there. Do you know if they have any kids?
No, I don't know. Okay.
I'll put 0 for now.
Oh, no, they do. They do. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Okay, we got most of the stuff for the employment in there, but not everything. There's a couple of things missing. Income's been entered. Now, taxes and insurance, because it's Arizona, I don't do that one as much, so I don't know it off the top of my head what the tax code is. So we'll put 1.25. I need to go look in an old Arizona file. Let's take a look. Do we have this set up as FHA already? Okay, so here's a quick training. So you put 30-year fixed for the loan program, which is good, but the closing cost template says conventional. So when you
Oh
click
yeah.
click that little magnifying glass, okay, and you go up to first mortgage closing cost templates, FHA purchase. Okay.
They didn't really sound like 10%, like they wanted to put 10% down.
So what we'll
Um,
do is we'll look to do a rapid rescore then.
okay.
If we get above 620, then they don't have to do that.
Yeah. Then
Um,
I was thinking maybe even USDA because I know I think they're in Holbrook, right?
yeah,
Christmas City.
if you want to look into USDA, you can. Be honest with you, that's not really my area of expertise. I don't do a ton of those, so you probably want to consult the guides on those. Now, I see here we don't have enough money for 10% down, so I don't know if we're going to be able to really even do a. Um, we probably can't even run a US right now.
Well,
Um,
that's not including the money they plan on taking from the home.
okay, how much are they going to make from the sale of their home?
Exactly, yet. I don't think
If you don't know, I can help you with some like a good kind of formula I use.
I know he never said how much they plan on making.
So I'll walk you kind of how I do mine. Is okay. So let's see here. Do they not have a mortgage? I don't see one on here.
No, so what it is her mom owns the property free and clear, and she added her daughter's name to the title and deed, and
Ah,
now they plan on selling it.
gotcha. Okay. So she owns a property. We need to check the VOM there, so it's added, so it's good. Property status, let's put pending sale, family. Uh, and then what do they think they're going to sell it for? Do you have enough? What do you think?
I don't. I can look up the property. What's the address? 90.
4905 First North,
Oh,
Joseph City.
4505.
But so it's a little bit harder to do the math on this one because we don't know what the current mortgage is. So usually what I'll do as a general
Well, he
rule,
told me they owe about 35,000.
35. Okay, good. All right. So then let me know once you have the
His
kind of
estimate's saying 134,000.
okay. So 134,000. What I do is I times it by 0.92. The reason for it is you're typically going to pay about 6% in realtor fees and about 2% in title fees, generally speaking, here in Texas. Now in Arizona, the title fees come in a little bit less. Okay, so we probably could do 0.94 in Arizona, but if we just go conservative, let's do it 0.92. That's assuming they pay their realtors all the fees, and then you got 123. Then let's minus out the existing mortgage that they'll have to pay off at the time of closing, which is 35,000. That means they net about 88,000 based on my math. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So let's assume they sell it for. Wait, I think you said like 130. Okay.
Yeah, 134.
134. Okay. All right. And then now let's come back here. The VOD section. I'll put this number here. That'll help us get a US run. Okay, now what I see here is a bunch of zeros in here. Have you had a chance to look at the credit report?
Yeah, they're medical collections.
Okay, they're okay. Good. So you've already reviewed the VOL section, and are all of these medical?
Uh,
Usually, what I'll do under creditor comments, just to help the processor or underwriter, is make note that those are medical collections. But so, are you saying all of these are medical collections,
yeah, I
or
believe so. I mean, you could take a second look though.
okay? Let's take a look. Yeah, because if they're a charge off or medical collection, you're right. We don't have to hit them for a payment. A collection, medical. There we go. Medical, 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 medical. Okay. Yep, they look like all medical. Now, go to page three, the 10,000. This doesn't look right because they currently own a home. So we need to change
Right.
that.
Well, I don't think his name's on title, but
His
is
is not.
Arizona community property?
Arizona may be community property, but if he wasn't there as a part of the original purchase, I don't know if he wouldn't just be added to title. That's a good question. That's a little bit co-maker or endorser on a note. Um, we probably want to look into that and figure out what's meant by that. Um, you make a note of that to ask them why they answered yes to that because we need to
Yes.
confirm if there's any debt they really are responsible for that is not on their credit report, like a hard money loan or something that's not showing up. Um, let's make a note of that. I'll change it to no for right now because sometimes people answer that incorrectly when it should be no, but we definitely want to check on that. Make a note of that. Tend to occupy, that looks good. Assuming she's on title, that answer needs to be yes. Um, that looks good. Okay. Looks to me like we probably, oh, you know what, let me check to see if we have the FHA lender ID. Sometimes we have to manually type this in. I really wish it would auto-populate, but for some reason. Oh, okay, good. It did. I don't either you typed it in or it auto-populated. So looks to me oh, we need to put SOA. We need to put it's a 203B because it's an FHA loan. So 203B is your standard FHA loan. All right, so we should have enough to run AUS. Okay. Now, if we get an AUS approval, what we're going to do is issue our pre-qualification. Okay, but then we're going to make a note, when the pre-qual purpose of loan, something's missing. Guess we didn't check the box for purchase. Um, and then while I'm doing this, have we scheduled them for a loan consultation yet?
Yes, for tomorrow.
Okay, good. All right, so now we got purchase. This looks good. This should be enough to get an AUS run. DTI looks good with 10% down. That should be enough to get a DU approval based on what I'm seeing here. So then in terms of preparing for tomorrow's loan consultation, I want you to put together numbers in terms of the quote. All right. So set it up at a 600 credit score with 10% down. Do a rapid rescore to see what it would take to get them to 620. If we can get them to 620,
Do a rapid, you mean do the what if or?
do the what if scenarios. Yep, that's right. Run the what if scenarios or email Mindy and ask her to do it. See if getting to 620 is doable. If it's doable, then um, then we want to prepare that option in Mortgage Coach for tomorrow, where we do current credit score with a 10% down or a 620. There we go. So we got an improve eligible. So that looks good. So I want you to review, you kind of read the findings, see if there's anything that kind of jumps out to you that, we may have missed or made a mistake on. But for right now, what we're going to do is not a pre-qualification. Say, as requested, you are pre-qualified to purchase a home on a 30-year fixed rate FHA mortgage. Exclamation point. We will review all the different, we will review the loan programs and options in our loan consultation. Okay? Click that button. Now that notification goes out to the bar, lets them know what's going on. Now, in terms of preparing for tomorrow, what I want you to write down, number one, I want you to prepare a quote and edge. The first quote will be at their current credit score with 10% down. Second will be at 620 with 10% down. Number three is with 3.5% down at a 620 FICO. Okay? And then reach out to Mindy, find out what it would take to get them to 620, and we'll be prepared to present that tomorrow. And then also, we want to follow up with the borrower if you have time today. If not, we'll do it tomorrow in our loan consult to get the documents needed to get a pre-approval. And then what I'll do is I'll do a separate training. Basically, well, I guess I could kind of go ahead and do it. Well, yeah, this would be the next training I'll do is through SteadKey to show you how